friends, it's Erin or Everyday Erin, and I am back with another video. Today, let's talk about goals. Now, last year I did not make any crafty goals because it was just a year that I needed only to focus on working on what made me happy. And that was the right choice for 2021. As you know, a lot of things transpired in 2021. Not just for me, but for the world. But mainly, I had a major surgery. I had a very major health scare, which thankfully turned out to be nothing. I had two, actually. But that doesn't matter. We lost both Max and Dewey and Gracie. So 3 dogs. And we welcomed our new Dexter into our world. So good and bad in the year, but ended on a great note. So 2022, I need to get back to a little bit of normalcy for me, and I have set some crafty goals. Now, this list isn't as extensive as I have done in past. It's goals. I'm not going to get everything done, but it's goals. It's something to aspire to. It's something to try for. And it's something to motivate me. For me, goals are motivating, and I need some motivation. So, without further ado, let me share with you my list of crafty goals. Now, I have set a theme for 2022 in my crafty life, and it's going to sound a little bit familiar. My theme for 2022 is to craft what makes me happy, year 2, with goals. No, so again, I want to spend this year working on stuff that makes me happy, and if something doesn't make me happy, I'm going to frog it, and I'm not going to work on it. So crafting is supposed to bring us joy, and that's what I'm going to continue to aspire to achieving. Joy from my craft. So, all right, I have broken this down into 5 categories for my crafty goals, and I have left some empty spots, you can see here, in case I decide I want to add something else to my list. Some are large, some are small. So, without further ado, here we go. We'll start with yarn, because most of the people who watch me are here or started watching me because of crocheting and then knitting. So we'll start with yarn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, can I count? I have 6 yarny goals. First one, this one will take no time at all. I mean, it'll take time, but it's definitely going to get done. And that is, I need to knit our boy Dexter his very own Christmas stocking. Christmas 2022 will be his first of hopefully very many Christmases with us, and I need to knit him a stocking as part of the family. Everybody who comes into my house, whether you have 2 legs or 4 or 3 or 1, I don't know, you get a Christmas stocking, and it matches ours. So I need to knit Dexter a Christmas stocking. Number 2 is something that I hope a lot of you, and I think a lot of you are joining in on, and that is the Yuletide blanket crochet along in January. I have all my yarn here just waiting for January 1st because I am pre-recording this. I cannot wait to start on this. So just so you know, I am going to try to following my schedule, put up a video every day of my progress. I don't know if I'll do row by row, but I plan to put up a video of my progress. So stay tuned for that. Question. Goal number 3, crafty wise, is I want to get back to my scrappy happy blanket. And in past, I have said I want to knit a square every single day. I'm not doing that this year. I don't think I added a single square. I may have added a few here and there in 2021. This year, I'd like to add approximately 20 squares a month, which would give me 240 squares at the end of the year. And I could sit down and knit 10 in a day, or I could do 1 every day for 20 days. But I'd like to, in some way, shape, or form, knit 20 squares into my blanket a month, not a week. So I think that's an achievable goal, but we shall see. Goal number 4 is a very lofty one for me, but after finishing Kristen's Uber cabled sweater, I think it's one I can do. Several years ago, Crafty Jen here on, well, she's not on YouTube, I don't think. No, she's not on YouTube, but she's not my friend from Instagram, but I met her through YouTube. She gifted me this pattern for the Bronwyn sweater, and many years I have said I'm going to knit it. I bought the yarn immediately. This is the year I'm going to knit that sweater. The pattern intimidates me, but I'm going to take it one stitch at a time, and I am going to knit that. And I'm thinking I might start that in February. I'm thinking. That's a loose plan. Goal number 5 is, you know that I received the adapter for my Addy machine for Christmas, and I want to use my Addy machine more. I want to expand what I can do with my Addy machine. Specifically, I have a couple patterns for toys for the Addy, and that is my goal, is to try and make those toys and see what more I can do. I also found a YouTube channel, and I will, when I get to this in my crafting, I will share it with you, that had like patterned hats on the Addy machine, and I'd like to give that a try. It might not be my cup of tea, but I want to try it. I have the machine here. I want to try and use it more. It was in a drawer for all of 2021. Oh, well, I did use it in November and December, but it was in a drawer for the majority of 2021, and I want to use it in 2022. And my final goal is to start, I don't know if I'll finish, but to start a double-stranded sock yarn blanket. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't want to do granny. I don't want to do granny stripe or zigzag or square or anything like that. I was thinking the moss stitch, but I don't know if it is called the moss stitch, but that's one of my goals, is to start that blanket. So, and make some decent progress on it. I don't think I will finish it, but I'd like to start it and make a fair amount of progress. So that's it. 6 yarn goals. I think they're fairly achievable, and generally I strive to, 75%. I'll be happy with 75%. I'd be happy with 50. I'd be happy with 1%. So, all right. Category number 2 will be cross stitch. Now, last year in the winter, I was so into cross stitch. It kind of took over a lot of my crafting time, which was great. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't done it in the last little bit. Also, when I was recovering, cross stitch was the thing I did the most when I was recovering from surgery, because it was small and compact and I didn't have to move a lot. All that being said, crafty cross stitch goals, it looks like I have 4. My first goal is to end 2022 with less whips than I ended 2021 with, which this year I have 10 whips, and that's too many for me. I'm not one generally who is stressed out by the amount of whips I have, but I only have so much space. So I want to have less 9 would be less than 10, so I want to have less whips than in the end of this year, of 2021. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is I would like to finish 1 of my large whips. I currently have 3 large whips. 1 is One Nation, which I do not think I will finish. 1 is Farm Quaker, which I could realistically finish. And 1 is a camper cross stitch piece. I call it Perfect Life. It was a kit. That also is something that would be achievable. It's just when I pull my whips out, which one is going to speak to me at the time, because I'm going to craft what makes me happy. Goal number 3 is I have a monthly series from Bent Creek that you've seen, and I would like to finish that. I would like to finish the stitching. I'm not saying I need to FFO it, but I would like to finish the stitching on that. And my final goal of the cross stitch category is I have a drawer full of finished cross stitch pieces, and I would like to take one thing out of that drawer every month and FFO it. I think that's achievable. I have 30 days, 31, sometimes a few less. But I think that's achievable. I think it is. So those are my cross stitch goals. Now, fabric. And for this, it looks like I focused on quilting, and I have 1, 2, 3, for 5 goals for quilting. Goal number 1, it's going to sound very similar to cross stitch. I want to finish 2022 with less whips than I ended 2021 with. And in 2021, I have 8 whips. Now, for me personally, a whip is a quilt that is in the progress of being made into a top. That once I get to the top, that's a finish for me. And then it becomes a whip again when it's a top waiting to be finished. Does that make any sense? To me, those are 2 distinct projects. So I would like to finish with less than 8. We'll see what happens. As for actual quilting goals, I would like to fully finish my quilt top that has a camping theme. I made it right after Christmas of 2018, I think, because I got that fabric for Christmas 2018. I would like to fully finish that into a quilt to have in our RV. So that's a goal. I would like to finish, and Maureen, I think you should finish yours too. I would like to finish the quilt along top that Maureen and I started, I think it was 2 years ago. I don't know if it was this year, but I think it was 2 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to finish that top. And in my Amish haul video, you saw the print with all those amazing farm animals on it. I would like to, from start to finish, make that quilt because I want that quilt so badly in my life. I want it. So that's goal number 4. And my 5th goal is I would like to, again, start to finish, make a Christmas quilt. I have Christmas fabric and I also have Christmas jelly roll strips. I don't care which kind of quilt I decide to make at the time. I would like to make a Christmas quilt and have it available for Christmas next year to use. I don't want to make it during Christmas. I want to have it for Christmas. So I might need to start that yesterday. Let's see. Okay, so those are my fabric/quilting goals. Paper goals, I have 2. The first one is I would like to improve my album making skills. I can make some albums, but I think my skills are pretty mediocre and I would like to improve on them. I would like to do some more work with that. I have a lot of paper supplies and I would like to play around with them some more. I really enjoy it, so I would like to work on that. And my second goal is to make one project with my silhouette cutting machine every month. And that could be I make a collection of little cutout pieces or things. That could be I make a card. I just want to make, I want to use it at least once a month. I want to make a project. Like my yarn sign, I need a huge amount of yarn. That's a silhouette project. I would like to do that. Okay, and then I have a miscellaneous category that these 2 things just didn't really seem to fit into the 2 other categories. I mean, the 4 other categories. And the first goal I have is that I would like to post to YouTube at least once a week, most weeks. There are weeks I am not going to post. I know me. That's how it goes. I might get sick. I might need a vacation, a YouTube vacation, but I would like to post at least once a week. My goal is actually twice a week, but I'm setting a once a week goal because I want it to be realistic. There may come a time when once a week is what I can do. So that's what I would like to do. And notice I said most weeks. There's going to be times I need a week off. You guys all understand that. And my second goal in the miscellaneous category is I have some kits, some wool kits. Some are for ornaments. Some are for mug rugs that I picked up in Amish country 3 trips ago. I would like to take one of those kits and finish it. Start it and finish it. Now that I did that mini quilt for our friend Nancy, I feel a lot more confident that it's something I can do and not completely mess up. So I would like to work on that. So there you have it. There's my goals. I think it's a reasonable list. Maybe it's not a reasonable list, but I think for me personally, it is a reasonable list. Tell me down below, what are your crafty goals? I need to know. I really would like to know, and we can encourage each other throughout the year. So tell me your crafty goals. And I have another question. Would you like to have a quarterly, like once every 3 month update on where I am with my goals, let me know that down below, because I'm trying to figure out what sort of content to put on the channel. I do enjoy doing daily vlogs like I did for Vlogmas, but they are a commitment, and sometimes your family, like, their whole demeanor changes when you pull out your phone during a vlogging time. They're like, oh, not again. So, and sometimes it feels weird to just be talking to your camera all the time. But so vlogs will happen from time to time, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. It's not conducive to my day-to-day life right now. So I'm trying to work on what content I should bring. But my main questions for this video are, would you like a quarterly update on my goals, and what are your goals? That's the most important thing. I need to know what your goals are, because maybe I need to add them to my list. All right, that is all I have for today. I hope you all are doing well, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.